Hey everyone. Welcome to Top Tech News. This is your news channel for getting updated with the latest tech news headlines and their impact on business and our lives. To read the full news article for any of the news that we cover, simply click on its link given below in the description. To stay updated, show us some love and hit the subscribe button below and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. This way you would be informed whenever we upload a new video. Hi, my name is Dee and I am your host for today. Welcome to this special edition from Apple's One More Thing event, where it today introduced the new M1 chip that will power its new generation of ARM-based Macs. It's a 5 nanometers processor, just like the A14 Bionic powering its latest iPhones, but it's the first that Apple has designed specifically for the Mac. The new chip will power Apple's new MacBook Air, MacBook Pro, and Mac Mini. First up, let's talk about Apple's new silicon, the M1 chip. Apple says the new processor will focus on combining power efficiency with performance. It has an 8-core CPU, which Apple says offers the world's best performance per watt of a CPU. Apple says it delivers the same peak performance as a typical laptop CPU at a quarter of the power draw. It says this has 4 fast CPU cores, paired with 4 high-efficiency cores, which by themselves offer comparable performance to an existing dual-core MacBook Air. It pairs this with up to an 8-core GPU, which Apple claims offers the world's fastest integrated graphics. In addition, the M1 processor has a 16-core neural engine, a universal memory architecture, an Apple-designed Thunderbolt controller with support for USB 4, an image signal processor, media encode and decode engines, and a host of security features. These include hardware-verified secure boot, encryption, and runtime protections. Apple claims the chip allows a Mac to instantly wake from sleep mode, similar to iPhones and iPads, and offer good performance even when running 3D programs or editing 4K video files. Apple says it's optimized Mac OS Big Sur as well as all of its apps for the new processors. Apple is offering Rosetta 2 translation software for apps not optimized for the new processors, and existing iOS and iPad OS apps will also run natively on the new machines. Reiterating the announcement it made back at its developers conference, Apple said it expects to transition all of its Macs to its own processors over the next 2 years. The development of its own processors means that Apple is transitioning away from using Intel's processors, which have powered its Macs for over a decade. And this won't be good for Intel's stock price. MacBook Air. Apple has announced the launch of its 2020 MacBook Air. It's powered by Apple's new M1 processor and is the first MacBook Air, and one of the first laptops, to feature Apple's own ARM-based CPUs. Apple says the new Air is faster than 98% of PC laptops sold in the last year. It's also up to 3.5 times faster than the Intel MacBook Air, with up to 5 times faster graphics performance and 9 times faster machine learning for the company. To show how power efficient Apple's own designed silicon is, it said that its new MacBook Air can play up to 18 hours of video on a single charge, up from 12 hours on this year's Intel-powered MacBook Air, and offers up to 15 hours of wireless web browsing per charge, up from 11 hours previously. It also doesn't need a fan, meaning the laptop should run near silently. In terms of specs, the new Air comes with a 13.3-inch Retina display with P3 wide color gamut support, a scissor switch keyboard and up to 16 GB of memory and 2 TB of storage. It supports Thunderbolt, USB 4, Wi-Fi 6, and Touch ID. The laptop comes with the same 720p camera as its predecessor, but Apple says it'll deliver better results with the new chip. The new MacBook Air starts at $999 and $899 for education. That makes it the same price as the previous MacBook Air, released in March, which started at an Intel Core i3. The base model includes a 7-core GPU and 256 GB of storage, as well as 8 GB of memory. Models with an 8-core GPU and 512 GB of storage start at $1,249. With 8 GB of memory, the maxed out configuration with 16 GB of memory and 2 TB of storage is $2,049. Like its predecessor, it comes in gold, silver, and space gray. And yes, it comes with a 30 watts USB-C power adapter. It's available next week, but you can pre-order it today. Mac Mini. Alongside the MacBook Air, Apple also announced a new Mac Mini, the first since 2018, featuring its new custom-designed ARM-based M1 chip. Apple claims the new Mac Mini is up to 60% more energy efficient, thanks to the M1 chip. The company also claims the device has a 3x faster CPU and 6x faster graphics, with options for up to 16 GB of RAM and up to 2 TB of solid-state storage. Apple says the machine can support up to 2 external displays, as well as a 6K display, with DisplayPort options including Thunderbolt and USB 4. Although the new Mac Mini notably features 2 less Thunderbolt ports than the 2018 Intel-based model. The new desktop machine will start at $699, $100 cheaper than the previously released Mac Mini from 2 years ago. MacBook Pro. As always, Apple reserved its biggest gun for the last, the first MacBook Pro laptop that will run on an Apple-designed processor. The new MacBook Pro comes in a 13-inch size and replaces the previous entry-level MacBook Pro model, the high-end model, with 4 Thunderbolt ports, will still be sold as usual. The new MacBook Pro will feature Apple's new M1 processor. It'll also launch with Mac OS 11 Big Sur, which Apple says that it designed specifically to take advantage of the new hardware. Apple says that performance on the new 13-inch MacBook Pro is 2.8 times as fast, with graphics that are up to 5 times faster than the previous generation. And unlike the new MacBook Air, it still features an active cooling fan system. There's still a touch bar, along with 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, located on the left side of the laptop. Battery life is also getting a big jump, up to 17 hours of web browsing, and 20 hours of video playback. Apple says that that's 10 hours longer than before, and the longest battery life ever offered on a Mac. Configuration options are either 8GB or 16GB of RAM, along with 256GB, 512GB, 1TB, and 2TB SSD options. However, Apple will be offering just a single M1 processor option. It's a big leap forward, not just for Apple's in-house chips, but for ARM-based laptops in general. No one has made an ARM-based laptop that promises the kind of performance that Apple claims the new MacBook Pros can offer. The new Apple Silicon MacBook Pro won't just run professional applications like Microsoft Office, Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, Final Cut Pro or Logic, though it'll also offer compatibility with the massive library of existing iOS and iPad apps, thanks to the shared chipset, which could vastly expand the app options available for users at launch. The company has also been designing its own processors for almost a decade, going back to its A4 chipset from the original iPad and the iPhone 4. But today's release marks a considerable shift, one that will see those same iPhone and iPad chips, or at least, chips that are built on the same architectural foundation, make their way to Mac OS computers. Just like the MacBook Air, the Pro will come with a power adapter as well, a 61 watts USB-C 1. The new 13-inch MacBook Pro will start at $1,299 and will be available in space gray and silver. Pre-orders start today ahead of the November 17th launch. Well, that's about it for today. Hope you found it helpful. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. And do show us some love by clicking on the thumbs up button. Have a wonderful day everyone, and we will be back again soon.